Hi, and welcome back to the mat with me. My name is Kira, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a Pilates series, and it's going to be a spicy arm workout. We are going to be using the ball today, so you will need the Pilates ball for this practice. If you don't have a Pilates ball and you want to come back to this practice, they're super cheap on Amazon. I got like 2 for $14. So I have linked the ones that I have in the description if you want to go grab yourself some. And I've also linked a playlist in the description if you want to listen to some music to help motivate you as we move through this practice. First, we're going to start off placing that ball somewhere where it won't roll away. We're going to start in a tabletop position, and we're just going to warm up the arms a little bit and the wrists because we are going to be weight bearing on the wrists a little bit in this practice. So we're going to start off by taking a few circles with the wrists in one direction. Just waking them up, warming them up, stretching them out. Let's go in the other direction. Beautiful. Maybe changing the direction of your hands if that feels okay in your body. Whatever way or direction feels good. Maybe even flipping the hands upside down. You can pull yourself back a little bit. Beautiful. We'll come back to that neutral spine and table. And we'll just do a few rounds of a cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, push the mat away, tuck the chin to the chest, round the spine. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale, open up, expand, shoulders draw down the back. Exhale, push away, hug in and up. And 1 more. Inhale, creating space. And exhale, really grounding down, rooting down in your body in this space. Coming back to a neutral spine, you're going to take your right arm behind the left, sweep it through, drop down onto your right shoulder, right temple. You can keep your left hand where it is. Maybe it feels good walking those fingertips forward, really allowing yourself to soften into the back of the arm. Finding that deeper breath. Press that left hand back into the mat, lifting yourself up, right hand grounds. You're going to take your left hand behind the right, sweep it through, drop down onto left shoulder, left temple, right hand can stay where it is, or right fingertips can walk forward. And again, find that deeper breath, really soften, let go, releasing tension in the body. Pressing that right hand back into the mat, lifting yourself up to that tabletop position. Now we're going to warm those arms up a little bit. So you'll step the hands forward and draw the shoulders so they stack over the wrists. We're now in a modified plank. So notice how my hips are no longer stacked over top of my knees. You want the tops of the thighs to be on an incline with the torso. You can keep the toes tucked. We're going to take our hips back towards our heels on the exhale. On your inhale, you're going to shift forward, shoulders stack over wrists again. On your exhale, you're going to lower halfway. Elbows will graze the ribs as you lower. Inhale, you're going to lift back up. And on your exhale, you're going to pull your hips back to your heels. So let's do that again with the breath. Inhale, shift forward. Lower down halfway. Lift back up. And pull those hips back. Inhale, shift forward. You're going to lower down. Maybe it isn't halfway. Maybe it's a baby bend today. That's okay. Lift back up and pull those hips back. Let's do a few more of those. Shift forward. Lower. Lift. Pull back. 4 more. Forward. Lower. Lift. And pull back. 3 more. Shift forward. Lower. Lift. And pull back. Last 2. Inhale. Moving with the breath. Lift back up. Pull those hips back. And again, forward. Lower. Lift. And pull it back. Beautiful. Stay here for a moment. You can untuck the toes. Just bow to rest over top of the thighs. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Beautiful. You're going to lift up to your tabletop position. So you can kind of walk the knees in so they're underneath the hips again. We're going to take those right toes back. Beautiful, just like that. And then as we bend into our elbows, we're going to lift that right leg up. So before we find that bend, I want you to shift the shoulders past the wrists a little bit. When we bend the elbows, we want to focus on keeping them stacked over the wrists rather than dropping them down to the mat. So little shift forward, you get nice and light on those right toes. You're going to lower down as you pick that right leg up. Drop the right toes as you lift yourself back up. Lower down and lift back up. Beautiful. You're going to lower down and you're going to lift back up. Let's do 2 more of those and then we'll find the other side. Lower down and lift back up. Amazing. We're going to do 1 more. Shift forward, lower and lift. Drop those right toes. Drop that right knee. Take the left toes back. Little shift forward of the shoulders past the wrist first. Get light on those left toes. As we bend into the elbows, we pick up that left leg. Maybe it's a baby bend today. Elbows hugging tight to the side bodies. Lift. And be mindful that we're not dumping into one side. We're keeping that weight nice and even between both hands. As we pick up that left leg, sometimes our body wants to compensate and dump a lot of the weight into that right side. Lift back up. We're going to do 1 more just like that. Core body's nice and strong. Navel's hugging in. Beautiful. Lift back up. Drop those left toes down. Drop that left knee down. Untuck both toes or both feet and take the hips to the heels. Bow to rest for a second. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. We're going to add that ball in. So lifting yourself up, we're in that tabletop position. You're going to go ahead and grab your ball. We're going to take the ball underneath our right hand. Our right hand is going to be out long in front of us. Left hand is still underneath the shoulder. We're actually going to take those left toes back. And we're going to lift that left leg up off the ground. So we have our right arm long, left leg long and lifted. Our ribs are tucking under and our navel's hugging up and in. So imagine I had my hand on your low back. Can you press your low back up into my hand? Now we're evenly placing the weight between the hands. So we're really pressing down into the ball with that right hand. We're going to keep our right arm straight the entire time. And as you inhale, nice and slowly, you're going to bend into that left elbow, hug it into the side body, roll that ball forward underneath the right arm. On your exhale, you're going to push up and you're going to lift up. Beautiful. Let's do a few more on that side. Press, lower, roll, press, roll, and lift. 2 more. Find that lower, press, roll. Amazing. Find that press, that roll, that lift. I lied. Let's do 2 more now. We lower, we press, we roll, and then we find that lift. Amazing. Good job. Last one. You're going to press and roll. Left elbows hugging in. Maybe it's just a baby bend and a little roll forward this time. You're going to hug it back. You're going to drop that left knee down. And we're going to find the other side. Grabbing that ball, placing it underneath your left hand. Left hand is long out in front of you. Shoulders drawing down the back. That right hand's underneath the shoulder. We're going to take those right toes back. You're going to lift that right leg up. So left arm is long, right leg is long, and lift it. Navel's hugging up and in. Core body is strong. On your inhale, bend into your right elbow. Elbow stays stacked over the wrist as it hugs into the side body. Press into that ball, roll forward with the left hand. Arm stays straight. Press into the ball to roll up and lift. It is strong. It is spicy. You're going to lower. You're going to roll. Beautiful. Nice and slowly with control. We roll. We lift. And again, you're going to lower, lower, lower. Beautiful. Lift, lift, lift. Last two. That left arm stays straight. That right elbow's hugging into the side body. Core is nice and strong, hugging in. You've got one more. Shoulders are drawing down the back. Press into that ball. Beautiful. And then we're going to lift, squeeze, hug it back up. You're going to drop that right knee down. You're going to remove the ball. Beautiful. We're in our tabletop position. Shoulders stack over wrists, hips over knees. Now, I really want you to focus on hugging that navel up and in. We don't want to give into an arch in our back and let our butt hang out and stick up. So navel's hugging up and in, ribs are tucking under, that little tilt of the pelvis. And we're not dumping into the shoulders either. Find that lift away from the mat as you draw them down the back. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to drop our forearms towards the mat. So you're going to inhale, start to lower them towards the mat. The eyes of the elbows will face forward, and the pointy part of your elbow will face back as we start to lower down. Now, you might just lower a little bit. You might be able to lower all the way to tap the mat. Exhale, you're going to lift back up. Beautiful. Inhale, you're going to lower. Exhale, you're going to lift. Inhale, it's nice and slow. And then we lift it back up. So you might not lower all the way. Now I want you to be mindful of that back. It's not arching. Navel still hugging in, core is strong. We want to keep that neutral spine. You're lifting back up. Let's do two more. We find that lower, lower, lower. And then we're going to find that lift, lift, lift. Last one. Shoulders drawing down. And then you're going to find that lift back up. Beautiful. We've got one more exercise today. We're going to play with that ball, but let's go onto our belly. So you can come into a high plank. Knees can stay lifted or knees can ground to modify. And as slowly as you can, lowering down slow, slow, slow. Beautiful. So you can just hover your forehead for now. Make sure the toes are not tucked. You want the tops of the feet where the shoelaces lie to be pressing into the top of the mat, or the back of the mat, sorry. We're going to grab our ball. We're going to place it out in front of us. We're going to bring our wrists to the ball. So our palms are facing in towards one another. Our wrists are almost touching. Being mindful that our shoulders are not hunched up to our ears, we want to draw them down the back. Tuck your chin into your chest so that we can lengthen out the backside of the body, and then gently draw the navel in to protect the low back. We're going to press our wrists down into that ball. Now, as you press into it already here, do you feel that little burn? Do you feel that little fire? Now, you can always just stay here and press. You can press and release if that feels better, or you're going to press down into the ball and you're going to roll up, 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 press into the ball, roll forward, forward, forward. Beautiful. Press and lift, lift, lift. Inhale, release, roll forward, forward, forward. Exhale, we lift and forward. We're still pressing into that ball the whole time. Press and lift. Shoulders are drawing down the back. Chin is tucked. And you're only lifting to where it feels okay in your back, making sure that navel is gently drawing in towards the spine. Press into that ball. Roll up and we lift. And then you're going to roll it forward, forward, forward. We're going to do two more just like that. Press, lift, and then press and roll forward. Beautiful. This time as you press and roll up, you're just going to lift to about halfway. And then we're going to pulse it forward and back. Forward and back. Now we're pressing down into the ball as you roll forward and back. Roll forward and back. You're here for 4. You're here for 3. You're here for 2. You're here for 1. Beautiful. You can release the body, release the ball. We're going to stay on our belly for a moment, just hovering the forehead. You can take the feet a little bit wider. Hands are going to come off of the mat. You're going to spike the elbows up towards the ceiling and tent the fingers on your inhale. Peel the heart up off the mat. And as you exhale, can you drop your right shoulder, right ear down? Inhale, heart peels off the mat. Exhale, left shoulder, left ear. Oh, that feels so good. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, right shoulder, right ear. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, left shoulder, left ear. Inhale, heart lifts. We're going to lower back down to center. Hands are going to come beside the chest bones, feet to touch. Little cobra, inhale. And on your exhale, lift yourself up to your tabletop position. So we want the knees to stack underneath the hips. And then we're going to keep those hips exactly where they are, stacked on the knees. Start to walk the hands forward and melt the heart towards the mat. So you might ground down the forehead, or you can bring chin and chest to the mat. Maybe forehead can come to a block if you need to bring the earth a little closer, or to your ball even. But just really allowing the upper body, shoulders, chest, neck to soften, to release, to let go. And then gently lift the chest up. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. You can untuck the toes, sit on the heels. And that is it for today, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me for that spicy arm series. I'm definitely feeling it. I cannot wait to see you on the mat again soon. It is always such an honor to guide you. So thank you for being here. And if you enjoyed this practice and would like to see some more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really supports me and my channel, and it allows me to support you even more.